Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Tat Chat number 126, our weekly eBay online resale chat with myself and Nick. A little bit late than usual, but that was just a silly mistake on my part. I did that thing where you start off a job that you really shouldn't have started thinking you're going to get it done in time, only to realize that there's no way you're going to get it done in time. And yeah, that's all that happened. So hi Nick, how you doing?
I'm good. Yeah, good to see you.
Just another example of bad organization. I think my keyboard had gotten so filthy that I took all the keys off, and I was giving it a proper clean. So I'd put all the keys in like a little Tupperware box with soapy water, and so I was waiting for that to dry out, and then I'm frantically looking at the photo I've taken of the keyboard on my phone, and I'm putting all the keys back and
Right, so as not to get
yeah.
him in the wrong places.
Yeah, exactly. So
because I was about half hour ago, I was cleaning this to resell.
oh wow,
It was my wireless keyboard, but I'm just fed up with it. I'm going back to an older one with
a
a
wired one. Yeah, I had a nice Mac keyboard that I picked up actually at the car boot not so long ago.
Yeah, they're good. You get 20 to 30 quid for them easy.
For the wireless ones, yeah. I mean, I paid a fiver for a wired one, which was quite good, but I got it home, and there's actually like a really useful website called like Keyboard Tester. I don't know if you know it. So if you Oh yeah, like if you just Google it, like keyboard tester, like computer keyboard tester. There's like a website which just lets you just plug in your USB keyboard and you just tap in on all the keys, and it will mark up all the keys that are working. And so it's really quick to test something like a keyboard. And I was doing that, and found that like the E button and a few other buttons weren't working. So I'm gonna have to sell it for spares or repair, which is a bit of a bummer.
Isn't that an easy fix though? Isn't it usually the contacts underneath?
Yeah, it could be. I've never really looked at a Mac keyboard because it's got those low profile keys. Where is it?
What, like this one?
Yeah, like just like your one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one here. Yeah.
I've never had to fix one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you can pop those off because I've seen people selling the keys.
Yeah, definitely. You can.
Yeah, so I might actually do that. That's not a bad idea. I've got rubbing alcohol, so I might actually do
that. I would imagine it's an easy fix. It's probably just gunge.
Yeah, because the E key is probably quite useful. Someone might have spilt a fizzy on it, but it's one of those things. I mean, there was a fiver. I mean, it's still worth more than a fiver in terms of spares. I mean, I've seen people sell them for spares for about 15 quid, 12.
You get it working because that's got the extra number pad and everything that this doesn't. So that could be, I don't know, 30 to 40.
Well, I hope so. About 25 I've seen, or 30-ish maybe.
Oh, okay, yeah, this was 30 max.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm pretty happy with it, as a pickup. But normally they work. I've not really had one that hasn't worked. But anyway, guys, thanks for joining us. We've got like 60 people in there at the moment. Just say a few hellos quickly. I've just shared it in the chat as well. Just to let people know, yeah, we're a bit late. My fault, guys. Hi to Peter Ray, Karin, Panzer, like Andy, Stephen Bennett, Jason, got Julie Core, Celtic Traders are in here as well. Darren Smart's in here. BCP, it wasn't cancelled. Yeah, sorry. We would say if it was going to be cancelled, we'd put like a little message out or something. Claire and Leah, John Clissold, Twin Red Dragons. Lots of people have popped in. Sue from Sue's Pile of Shame. Welcome everybody to a bit of another kind of hastily put together. Well, it's not really even put it together really. Chat.
No thought planning was involved.
Well, you did. To be fair, you did contact me earlier to say, "Oh, it's Tuesday again," and I was like, "Yeah, let me get my thinking cap on."
Every Tuesday, we contact each other and go, "Oh my god, it's Tuesday again! How has this happened?"
Oh gosh, I mean, it's just time does fly, and I didn't manage to get my thinking cap on, so we're going to be relying probably on the chat for a bit of inspiration again. But it's just, I mean, time is one of those things that just seems to just fly away, and it's really interesting because I suppose it comes down to structure. Because I've made a real concerted effort to not be on social media during the day. Like really tried hard, and I've gained a lot of time from it, but I still don't think I'm using that time to its full potential at the moment. So I've got all this extra time that I've gotten from not being on it as much during the day, and I'm not I'm still not maximizing the time I've gotten, which is just a bit annoying, really.
It is a genuine skill using time effectively.
It is.
I don't know if it's one you can learn, because I haven't mastered it, but
I'm trying though.
And it's a skill not to be underrated. There's reasons why some people can do like jobs like PAs and stuff like that, just rushing around organizing things all day long. That is a personal nightmare for me, because I would just fall apart. It's a definite skill, time management.
And the thing is, you always, even like the most disorganized person, like like myself or like yourself, Nick, I'm sure you won't mind saying, is like we have those odd days, don't we, where we smash it, right? And you're like, wow, I got so much done today. Like I've managed to fit
something in the gym. That every day? Imagine if I was organized every day. Yeah, that's what I say.
So you know that you can do it, and you can fit in a lot, but the knack is to just do it like on a repeated basis, which is nigh on impossible. I think nigh on impossible. Well, for me anyway. I'm trying hard though.
I was just reading in the chat. A lot of people are coming in and chattering away. George is in there. I don't know if you saw when he bought the Rupert Bear coin machine.
I did. I saw that giant. Where's he sold it?
No, I don't think so. It says listed Rupert for 995.
Nice.
Wow. Nice. You achieve that from what was it, a £50 pickup, I think? That's pretty damn good going.
Yeah. Definitely. It's always worth that. Peter Ray says, always start high and then lower and see what happens. And when it's something that's so rare as well, or like unique, you pretty much do have the market to yourself, and you'll be surprised at what people pay. I mean, we've noticed it a couple of times where we're the only sellers like of an item, and if it's in demand, you can often ask way more than you normally would have gotten, and people, if they want it badly enough, will buy it. Obviously if you do overprice it, then you do risk it just being sat there, but an item like that, I suppose it's definitely worth taking the punt on.
Yeah, and never forget that there's a percentage of people out there where money isn't the issue.
Yeah.
And if you've got something unique enough to attract somebody who's just like, that's what I want, the money isn't the problem, they'll pay whatever you mark
exactly. Up. And sometimes it is, I think with an item like that specifically, I think the value comes from the value you put on it. I mean, Ken's mentioned this a lot of times. He's one of the people that's most speaks up about makeupaprice.com, I remember, and there is that element. And I think he recently shared like an item, like a badge that there was no completed listing or anything, when he could have just asked for 50 quid and he would have probably gotten 50 quid, but he went all out and asked for 200 and got 200. And I think that's the kind of thing that sometimes helps the value of a product by you just putting the price on it.
It really comes down to confidence. I think we've all had those sales where we've come up with a price, and then whilst we're listing it, we've decided, I'll add a tenner, and then once we're actually writing the listing, we add another 20.
Yeah.
By the end of it, it's doubled our initial estimate, and then it sells quick, and you're like, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I did that.
Reevaluate your pricing.
It's like when I bought that Thin Lizzy jacket for like 20 quid, and I was thinking, it's got to be worth a couple hundred maybe, and by the time I was listing it, I'd gone up to 500 with best offer.
Yeah. What did that go for?
I think someone offered me literally within a day or two. I think I got an offer of like 350 or something. Yeah. It was quite a lot. I made a video about it. I can't remember, but I think it was like 350, and I was like, yeah, of course, mate, you can have it. And I was like really happy. But I think sometimes the price you put on an item really does give the item that value. So if you put it on at £1,000, people will just that's the price, isn't it? I mean, that's like the psychology that designer brands use, right?
Yeah, as brands that are marketing to the people where the money isn't the issue. Yeah,
exactly. That's what they do.
The price is almost arbitrary sometimes. I mean, like in Harrods. Remember wandering around Harrods, and we were looking at luggage for like £1,000 for a suitcase or whatever. Yeah. It's just like that's marketed to someone where they don't even look at the price. They'll just point it and go, "That one, please."
Yeah.
Anyway, it's another world. Claire and Leah are in. Hi there. They say, question, when are you doing a Thrift Battle UK? Now, we mentioned that, didn't we?
We did quite a while back.
Get something going at some point?
We should try to. I think it would be really fun. It's something that,
Do a
yeah.
different spin on it a little bit, or
Oh
just
yeah, I mean, yeah, we should
the
definitely.
format.
I don't. Well, we should discuss it. And definitely, I think we will come up with something because it would be really great to just have a bit of fun and people pitching their items up against one another. And I think it is a great idea. And
Yeah,
I'm waiting for the one, Chris's Bonafide Hustlers one to start up again as well. But
yeah, I was meant to
yeah,
contact him and say I'm up for it, but I
yeah.
haven't thought about it since.
I don't think you've got a choice, Nick. I think you're probably roped into this next one.
I don't know. Oh, he hasn't spoken to me.
Oh no, he hasn't. He doesn't though. He's very like it would just just
Oh man,
like a
I've got to find
ninja.
some good stuff. I might have to start holding good stuff back.
Talking about that, I went to the Beck and I went to Car Boot on Sunday just for like I saw you did like a mini haul as well, didn't you? Like we went. I think the motivation for going to the Car Boot this Sunday, believe it or not, guys, was we just thought, where can we get away with eating a burger before 10 in the morning? And the only place that does it is a Car Boot. Well, she had, to be fair, Beck had like a bacon roll. I had like a bacon cheeseburger. That was actually our motivation to get going to the Car Boot. So we went, just for like a little nose around, like, casually. And we didn't really, we weren't really going for sourcing. We did manage to pick up a couple of little bits. And I kind of took it as an opportunity to maybe like, get away from just buying the usual stuff, and I actually come away with some nice bits. So I've got something I want to show you. Actually, I'm really excited to share. I was going to make a video out of it, but check that out. How creepy is that?
Oh, he looks just evil in that.
That's creepy, right?
So that's an official McDonald's dressing up outfit.
Yeah, it's a 1998 toddler's Ronald McDonald child-sized costume.
Proper creepy, isn't it?
I know, right? I mean, it's really
look at all in one jumpsuit.
Yeah, like with the mask on. It looks horrific. I mean,
have you looked at any completeds on that?
No, there's nothing out there for this. But yeah, 1998, and it's made in the USA. So it's got some. I think it'll probably have some collectability to it.
So going back to the old makeup of price, you just
pretty much. Yeah, I mean,
like,
well, I mean, I paid £1.50 for it. So
where would you start on that? 30, 40?
I'm just gonna go for something like 50 with best offer, 50. I reckon. Yeah, why not? It's creepy enough. I mean, it's not gonna take up too much space. So I'm gonna do that. So that was pretty cool.
Wow.
But this is something I've taken a chance on that I don't know anything about really. Paid 10 quid for this. And it's like the lady told me it was Art Deco. Like she said it was like 30s. And she said it was onyx. And I always thought onyx was black, but I don't know at all. But Beck liked it. And she was like, if it's not worth anything, I'll have it as a mantelpiece thing. But I thought it does look pretty epic and it's heavy as hell.
Chunky, yeah. Is that all one piece then?
Yeah. It's like
Was that been stuck on the back?
Well, I think that's probably been, stuck on. I can't tell.
Kind of changes, doesn't it?
Yeah. So yeah, and it's got like a little thing, but it's a solid. It is pretty solid.
Has it got any maker's name or anything?
No, nothing I could see. I mean, no, nothing like that. Nothing. I mean, the base is just like that, and yeah, I don't know. I mean, I just don't know.
Cool, though, isn't it? Because that's going to force you to find out about stones, to find out about
I mean, I don't even know what it is. Is it some kind of a bird, or is it
a bird? Yeah, maybe like a peacock with its tail folded up.
Yeah, maybe that could be it. But I just loved like the coloring on it, and it looks substantial. And I don't know, I've never had any Art Deco. And
experiment a little bit. Some of the stuff we bought from the fate that we were helping out, it was just a case of we went on a whim on some ugly looking crockery and just random things. And yeah, it's more fun sometimes.
The thing is, the last time I wandered out and did something like that, I've ended up buying some right clangers. So I'm kind of like, what about it? But for a tenner, I thought it was a nice enough item. And the fact that you could have it on the mantelpiece was
And even if it's a fail, you will get more than £10 worth of information by trying to find out what that is. You will learn more than £10 worth.
Oh, Karen's asked a question. Karen Crafts just more says, question, have you ever worked out how many hours you work in a week? It's eerie you should ask that question, Karen, because Beck and I were talking about something like this earlier. And I don't know, we can't really put a number on it, but sometimes I think some weeks we'd be surprised if we managed 10 between the two of us. And I'm not joking. If you think about so if you think about solid like sit down work hours, and I understand that we're in a bit of a funny situation where we're regularly now selling items that we listed now 6 months ago, and it's just ticking over, and we've still got piles and piles of this stuff, so we're protected or cushioned or buffered, and now and then we'll just stick on a couple of items that we might have found at the car boot, like that tripod that I sold for like 200 and whatever, and and just a few kind of cherry on top sales. So it's given us a bit of leeway, but I think we should be doing a lot more. But that's a good question, because actually to nail down a number of hours, I think we'd all be very surprised at either how much or how little we do. I mean, what about you guys?
I really don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's more of a figure I've plucked out, to be honest. It's not like I really know, but it feels like that. I mean, I've been putting some hours in on Fortnite, but I'm not sure that counts.
Yeah, so. I mean, both Andrew and I, we have days where we will sit down and we'll do a solid, proper day's work, if not more than the 8 hours. And there'll be other days where we will do practically nothing.
But even to do that is pretty impressive. I'm not sure I've ever done. I'm sure.
I start late, as you know, but then I just carry on, and I carry on, and I carry on, and I'm still working when I'm watching you play Fortnite or whatever.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Once you get going, it's like one of those situations. But I think that's a good question, though, because it's something that I suppose you should be asking yourself on a regular basis, because that's how you can, I suppose, help to control your time, because it's you don't often have to think about it, do you? When you don't have to think about it, I mean,
no, you don't have to think about when your working hours are. You just start and stop when suits you. But then if you factor in all of the hours traveling to source, the time that you're sourcing, the time that you're sorting when you get home, it would soon add up. Just the hours a lot of people put in over the weekend.
Yeah,
because even though that's fun and it's the bit we all enjoy, that's a lot of hours sometimes.
It can be, definitely. I mean, but if that's all you've done and then you only list a couple of items here and there during the week, then but then again, that could just be me. That's just me.
And if you're enjoying it, is it work?
It's such a difficult one. Exactly. I mean, we literally went out, and I mean, this is the other item I picked up, and like you said, we went out for a burger, and we've just come away with stuff that could potentially be worth some really decent money. And this is my surefire pickup, if you know what I mean. Like when you pick up something, you're like, okay, definitely. I often see binoculars and I leave them behind because I don't know much about them unless they are obviously good. But this is a set of electronic ones.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, these are like by, I can't remember the brand. I said Minolta. There, Minolta ones. The guy wouldn't budge on his price, but I was okay to pay it because he did actually have some battery with it, so I was able to test it. Pay 25 quid, and I think I saw a set being sold at auction by one of the big charities on eBay, and that fetched 86 quid. So, pretty solid flip, I'd say.
Some room in that, then. That's nice.
Yeah, so I mean,
and stuff.
Not its original. It's got a case, but not its original case. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, it's like basically an autofocus set of binoculars. So you just zoom in and out, and it's got autofocus on it, so you don't have to manually do it. So
nice.
Yeah, I thought and you do that, and that was just literally, like you said, like I said, just popped out and for a little stroll, and it works out. But yeah, so I suppose you should count that.
I'll quickly answer the Dublin resellers question, who asks question, Nick, how's Hubby working out? Thumbs up or down? It's gone really well, and I have spoken to Martin. We're going to try and get together on Monday to go over how it all worked out, and so he'll be available to answer your questions if you've got any. So hopefully if he can do it, that'll be Monday evening. And Claire and Leah Resell said, I sold a Chanel top today, Chanel uniform, which I picked up for £2. Is that Chanel? Channel?
Yeah.
Picked up £2. What's this channel? Sold for 54. That was a great price for a piece of material. Essentially, that's what it was.
That is That is. And Tap Peddler says, I sold a glass plate last night, woke up to the same at £70 this morning. No idea if I undersold it or not, but I'm happy. Was no completed for the same thing, and prices for the similar were all over the place. Exactly. As long as you're pleased with what you got. And again, I made a little video to touch on this. I sold that Madden football that I picked up when we met up at Tom's a few weeks back.
Yeah.
And I did, I paid 50 pence for it. I just put it on at 30 quid. And, within 24 odd hours, I think someone in Germany had bought it off me. And I was like, yeah, like,
I'd be happy with that.
I am happy. That's the thing. Great. I couldn't, could it have been worth more? I mean, I don't know. Maybe
prices, George. We were talking before about George's Rupert money collection thing. He says, I'm not expecting that 995, but at least half of it. And I think that's wise to just come in with that, huge price, because who knows who's looking.
Exactly.
Who knows how much money they've got. And if you can get that.
To someone, it'll be what?
That's the logic. When we went on holiday to Turkey last time, you walk around those bazaars and everything's got a price on it. Yeah. That's what they would really like to get, but they'll take half of that half of the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's that logic, isn't it? That you might get a rich tourist who'll just grab a few things and just give you all the money.
Exactly.
Or you get a local who will haggle and haggle.
And it's for what Best Offer's made for, isn't it? It's exactly the kind of item the Best Offer is made for. Karen says, I picked up something at a jumble that will be targeted for the fetish market. Should be fun with questions. Wow. Okay.
Oh, that's intriguing.
And yeah. And Highland Heron says, if you price something too cheap, some may think there's something wrong with it. Yeah, and that touches on what we mentioned earlier about like the psychology that high like designer brands also use, and also when you're too aggressive with your pricing, people will automatically think, what's up with this, when
Yeah. Talking about hours of work, Stu Mandry's in and says, I've done 7.5 hours of paid painting and decorating work so far today. Expect I'll do 3 to 4 hours of eBay stuff before I go to bed.
No, that is some work ethic.
That's putting some work in right there.
Yeah. If I did 7.5 hours of painting, then or painting, decorating, I'd be pressed to
scroll down. You've got a super chat there.
Oh, okay. I've looked. Well, must be quite far away. Oh my gosh, yeah. People are only just mentioning the McDonald's serial killer outfits. That's as Barry calls it.
We're behind.
Way behind. Yeah. Karen, I might wait for a DVD. Always more scary in the cinema. Okay, talking about a movie there. It is Onyx, says Stu Mandry, and a bit of Art Deco style, but I don't think it is actually Art Deco in age. Okay, Stu. Thank you for that comment. I appreciate it. See, it never ceases to amaze me how you can mention something yeah, it's
just
brilliant.
Quickly read Ash's comment while you're looking for the super chat. He says, I probably do a good 5 hours plus a day. That's not including sourcing, but I make more than a lot of full-time jobs and it doesn't feel like work. Can't beat it.
Wow.
Exactly.
Exactly, that is a good point. Okay, I've just seen it. M Mass says, super chat, US dollars 199. Thank you. Do you ever do garage sales to clear dead stock? We have just started to do what you'd call garage sales. We've just started doing car boot sales. Garage sales, we don't really have like a market for them, or I think there's a market for them, but they're not. I suppose they're not the done thing, as it were.
No, that scene is kind of growing though. It's becoming more accepted.
I've seen people run them around here, like where they will literally say garage sale, put it up on Facebook, and then you can go around their house and whatnot. But we do like the common UK equivalent, which is the car boot sale, which is I suppose like a swap meet or a flea market. And it can be good to clear dead stock, but the thing is, I'm also having second thoughts about it, because sometimes it can be too easy to clear stock that way, and you can be giving away certain stuff that you could, if you really did knuckle down, you could make a lot more money by selling it yourself online, because it can be all too easy to just be like, oh, this stuff I've had for ages, whack it in the back of the car, drive down to the field and just flog it. So but it is definitely a really I'm a convert. Definitely, I was very much against it at first, but
I think if you treat it as it's a useful tool, but yeah, everything within measure, I guess. You don't want to suddenly feel I have no stock left and you're struggling to find stuff if you've just flogged it all cheap.
Yeah,
Don't want to go too far with stuff.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. Um, okay, Stu says those autofocus binoculars were very expensive when they first came out. Yeah, I can imagine. And Darren says, does your Mac keyboard have an Alt key? Very funny, Darren. Yes, it does.
A couple of people, Carwin and Will You Take Less, are saying that there's issues with the new eBay app update that they brought out. It's a bit glitchy, keeps chucking me out. I've not had a call to use it yet.
I've not downloaded an update for the eBay app. Is that on just iPhone or is that on Android as well? Or
don't know.
Interesting. That's interesting. What was that? Okay, cool.
Well, apparently the football's on Monday evening. Oh, I may message again and say that's not a good plan.
When?
I don't know what time it's on.
What are we talking about here? Oh, football Monday evening.
Yeah, I was talking about doing that chat with Martin again on Monday.
Yeah.
I'll see what he says if he replies tonight.
Yeah, that's a good point because
does anyone know what time the match is?
I don't know the times or anything actually. That's the thing. I'm probably going to end up watching all of the World Cup.
I enjoy the World Cup.
I love it. It's so epic. Karen says
doing a sweepstake and stuff. I think it was it George? Might have been. I think that would be a cool idea. But then how do you organize it and how do you pull the money and
yeah, it should be fun though. All right. Mr. Diggs. Oh yeah. Yes, I work part-time, 5 mornings a week, says Mr. Diggs. Finish work, then go to 6 charity shops straight after for about 3 hours, in total 5 days a week. Yeah, another strong work ethic there from Mr. Diggs. Corin says I'm on iPhone. Okay. Yeah, I've not had any updates yet, so I can't see. Okay.
Oh, the match is 7 p.m. on Monday. So okay. Yeah, I might be able to squeeze an early one in.
Yeah.
I'll get him on at 6.
Do it that way. Kim Kelly says, I love selling my fails to other eBayers at boot fairs. What a nasty bit of work.
I saw that. I've done that many times.
It's the car boot, isn't it? I mean, it's what happens. I mean, you know, if it's stuff that you bought out of the shed, you don't know whether it's still working. Okay. My app is fine.
How are you doing?
Yeah. Oh gosh, I'm so behind on the chat. It keeps on just scrolling, and I'm like, Match is 4 p.m. according to the planner I have, says Corin. Oh gosh. Oh, David M, the car boot picker.
3 people said 7.
There might be a number of matches on because there's going to be more than one match. The England match is probably going to be on at 7, I guess, but like there will be another match on earlier.
Oh yes, and, yeah, I think that's what they've said. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Oh yeah, she just said sorry. That's the opening match. Yeah. Elfin Williams says it's only the World Cup. Don't get your hopes up. Yeah, I mean,
it always produces some amazing matches, though. I love supporting the underdogs, which half the time is us. But anyway, it's great. The spectacle of it is just, I love it.
It's an amazing tournament. It really is. I think the fact that you have to wait so long for the next one every time, it's just
4 years. Yeah. And like I say, when you get one of these little small countries who's just scraped in and then they're up against like France or Germany or whatever, it's just, it's so much fun to watch.
Definitely. Okay. My money's on Tunisia, says Stu. What? Okay.
Karen says, a good price on that.
I just give it away. Madness probably, but it's hardly anything, to be honest, says Karen. Yeah, I mean, you can do a bit of both, I suppose. Car boots and you know, the stuff that doesn't even sell at a car boot, or certain stuff that you think isn't appropriate for a car boot or is too good, you can always donate that. You know, there's always different ways around it. I mean, I found it just quite a nice thing to do. I mean, it's just fun. Found it to be quite a lot of fun actually. So it was pleasurable.
Yep. Adrian's in. Hi there. Channel update. Was going to do a YouTube test video this morning, but had unexpected visitors. Then had to go out. May not have to plan it. Just do it as and when. Yeah, just do it. Don't overthink it, Adrian.
Yeah. I would say when it comes to YouTube, it is very much a case of just get on with it. And some of the things, even when you start doing YouTube, I find that like you're better off. We've had a little uptick in sales. It's just been quite nice. Yeah, it's just like it's just people have just started buying. Yeah. But like I was saying, like even when you start doing YouTube, don't you find that it's really key to act on idea straight away? Otherwise, that's it. Like if you have an idea, you're better off just getting on than making a quick video.
A little bit of planning, maybe think about it for half an hour and then do it. Because the amount of videos that have slipped through the net because I've procrastinated and thought about it, and then by the time I get around to it, I'm busy doing other things, and
it's so easy to get out of the habit. Like we've really like stopped doing that many outfits as well, which is kind of like
yeah. And also don't let there's a really good phrase I heard someone use, don't let perfection get in the way of good enough.
Yeah.
As in, don't overthink it. Don't think you've got to have the best sound, the best lighting, the best whatever. It's the content that matters. So just do it.
Yeah.
And if it turns out it is absolutely terrible, well, you can do it again. It's not the end of the world.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, that's definitely something
but it's never going to be perfect. So don't aim for that.
and it's very much a case of that. It's just about getting out there. If you try to make, I think sometimes, especially when it comes to like the first videos, people do want to put a lot of effort in to try to get them looking and sounding as good or planning them as much, but it's always the first video is most likely going to be a bit fumbly and a bit, I mean, look at us now. I mean, it's hardly like
4 years in and I'm still fumbling my way through it.
So it's just enjoy
we
it.
are experts in quotes, and look at the state of us.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah, just have a go, Adrian. Can't wait to have a look.
Yeah. Iceland is England's nemesis, says Lee's Finds. Yeah, definitely.
I haven't even looked at the groups or anything.
No,
I have no clue what's going
on. Peter Ray says all the supermarkets will boom through the World Cup as a lot of things bought. Yeah, mainly booze. It's going to be a lot of booze being sold. Who keeps ka-chinging? I want one, says Sue. Yeah, sorry, it's my phone. I've got to turn it down just in case. But yeah, it's been quite weird. I don't want to subscribe to any theories, but like we did have a quiet few days, and then we've noticed definitely the last few days it's just gone quite consistent, and it's nice. So
yeah, the weekend for us was really good, certainly in numbers of orders.
Yeah,
there were no real big sales in there really.
Yeah,
but there was loads and loads of sales going on, which was great, like magic cards and loads of oil filters and
loads of oil filters, yeah.
Which soon adds up. That's the great thing about it. And they
exactly, you might not have like any big sales, but you can still easily end up doing 100, 200 pounds in a day, which you could make that up with one big sale, definitely. But these are nice bread and butter items that that can just tick on, can't they?
Yeah.
Sue says just jealousy. I don't be jealous, Sue. It happens to all of us. Karen says, I tried to do a vlog for about 2 weeks and forgot I'm doing it by lunch. Karen, I have exactly the same issue. The amount of times Beck and I have started the morning with like a, hi guys, we're going to just vlog the day. And then that's it. I must have about 30 clips like that.
One of those initial clips. You just get together and go, hi guys, today we're going to do this. So, hi guys.
Yeah, and this is going to be like it's not easy. I've often asked Nick like how he remembers to do it, and it's like it is a habit thing, isn't it? You really do have to.
I forced it to become a habit. Yeah.
I
mean, you saw when we did the moonwalk, the amount of time I just picked up the phone and vlogged. I ended up with over an hour's worth of footage, but half of it was crap. So it ended up being half hour fairly decent vlog.
Question for you, Nick. How are your chocolate coin makers selling?
Oh, that's quite apt. I sent another 24 into Amazon today because I had one left in stock.
Wow.
And I've got a handful left in the attic. So nice. I nearly filled our little porch area up with them when we bought them, and I've got
you had a lot of those.
Virtually all are out of the house now. I've got a stack of about 7 or 8 that I've got damaged packaging that I think I'm going to sell on Facebook or Spock at Christmas for like $5 each just to clear them.
Yeah.
They've gone well. It wasn't big money in the end. I've doubled my money on everything.
And it's all gone well before, rather than waiting until
I was going to wait
Christmas or
till
anything.
November, December to shift them, and I haven't had to. So, yeah, it's been good, that one.
Karen says just deleted 50 clips, and Richard Payne says good sales are up. Z, I had a good weekend too. Almost 40 parcels went out yesterday. Wow, that is a busy Monday morning.
Yeah, that's good. I think we had 35 going, and Amazon was good as well. So, and we had a few merchant fulfilled bits. I haven't got much on merchant fulfilled. Funnily enough, these England mugs are selling all over the place. I sent a load of them into FBA. I'm selling the England mugs on Amazon and eBay, and I've hardly got any left now.
Peter Ray says, anyone selling any football related items? I've got these which we showed on the Chinwag on Friday. I've still got these sat here waiting to be listed. These are like from the 2002 World Cup.
Oh,
they're like McDonald's and Coca-Cola branded, and they would have been bought from McDonald's over in Japan or something. I've got a bunch of them, but yeah, I just need to list them. But I should really be getting a move on now. But
are they all the same, or have you got different models?
Little different ones. They're like, they're different ones. I mean, I could just, I've got to do it.
I know it's one of those. Do you do a little bundle because it's easier, or individual, and then is it worth the effort?
Yeah, and then I'm like, but then I think is it worth the effort individually? I'm like, well, I'm happy selling RC parts for like a $5 or a pop, so this is no different really. So yeah, I might actually pull my finger out and get those done tomorrow.
Somebody was asking, it was Stu Mantry was asking me what's the latest with the photograph collection I had.
Oh, good question. Yeah.
Well, I had a private individual make me a very decent offer that I accepted, and then that fell through. And then I had an auction house that contacted me and wanted to get more information. They were talking about sending somebody up to the house to come and look at it. And I sent them, in the end, I sent them a bunch of photographs, and I've not heard anything back. So I need to chase that up again. But yeah, don't know. They're still sat here somewhere at the moment. But I'm not in any hurry. I'm quite happy to bide my time.
Richard Payne says, I have some England stuff to sell, but can't find it. Peter took it off sale 6 months ago as it wasn't selling. No idea where I put them.
And get it on now. Yeah. I mean, these things were ticking along. These mugs were ticking along at maybe one a month, if that, one every couple of months. I think I've sold 7 or 8 in the last 3 or 4 days.
Okay.
So everybody's thinking about it.
Karin says, I was born in Germany and have dual nationality. So when England get kicked out, I'll support them. Lol. Well, they're not a bad second team to be able to support, Karin.
Best of both worlds there.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Son's best mate is German, so he does that, says Karen. Oh gosh, yeah. I mean, I still remember the way they thrashed Brazil last time. It was just, oh gosh,
yeah, that was amazing.
Oh gosh, that was just gobsmacking. I was just,
God, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, it 7-1.
Proper drubbing, wasn't it?
Consolation goal at the end. It was just cringy. I just thought, where is my spanner? Then remembered we are on Z's, though. Really not with it, says Karen. Oh gosh.
I don't remember how to spanner.
Oh, there you go, Karen. You're now a spanner. So I think you are anyway. I've just added you. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh yeah, I was trying to spanner up Karen then. On your channel.
Mr. Diggs says, I had 3 big boxes of England stuff, cups, flags, hats. I picked up for £20, sold it all to a market trader for 230 quid, and he still wanted more.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a great flip.
Yeah, that is well, it's just the right time for it, isn't it? Lee's Fine says, couldn't give away an England mug here in Wales. Oh, good point.
Well, that's the beauty of the internet. You sell it,
Yeah, exactly. Sell it. Yeah, exactly. Sell it online. I mean, I've been also working on, you mentioned you sent some more stuff to Amazon. I'm actually focusing a bit more on there and trying to build up a bit of a plan now and work towards it, because enough's enough. I am gonna start just doing what I should have done a long time ago.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, and that is. I think it's just like I said. I've been really. I want to make more use of my time, but It's been really nice having more time, and I've been then free to indulge my other addiction at the moment, which, as you know, is playing Fortnite a lot. Just something that I can't stop doing, which is a bit weird. Oh gosh. Well, Stu Manager says, I'm English but have Spanish, Irish, and Filipino ancestry. My surname is French in origin, so I reckon I can support pretty much any country I like, says Stu. Wow.
Just support the team that's winning. That works.
Yeah. Jolly Fixation is writing upside down, which is weird. So yeah, that's a bit weird.
That's John, isn't it? Hey, John.
I don't know how that. Why is that all upside down?
How do you do that?
Yeah.
Got flagged up as well because computer said no, so I let it in.
Oh god, I don't understand that. Yeah.
Westgate Primary says, I have around 200 Wii, Xbox, and PS2 games with scratches, so I bought a disc repair machine to repair them all and list them. Yeah, that's a job I need to do. I have a disc repair machine now, and I've got a stack that's growing by the week.
Have you tried it out at all, or
only briefly? But I need to get on it, and
I think you have to get your technique down with those things as well, don't you?
Like, yeah. Luckily when I was up at Tom's, he's got exactly the same model. This is what Tom recommended. I don't know if you can see it.
The JFJ, isn't it?
Thing in here, I think you can see it.
Is it a JFJ or?
Yeah, JFJ Easy Pro.
Yeah.
They're hard to get hold of at the minute as well. So he showed me his method, but I need to
get cracking with that
and spend a day catching up. I want to make a video and show the process because they're wonderful machines. They really are. If you do a lot of media, they're worth the investment, I think. Says he who hasn't used it properly yet.
just piled up with all the rest of the stuff.
I know. Oh, I did do 2 FBA shipments today. I dropped them both off.
You should feel good about that.
30 kilos.
I did 30. There you go. Yeah. Do you always max it out to the max weight then?
As near as possible. Yeah. One was a little bit under, so it's probably about 28, I would imagine. But yeah.
That's close enough. Close enough. Just Google how to type upside down, says Jolly. Yeah. Yeah, I should do that. I'm not that fussed about it. So I might not.
John, whose name in the side chat is Jollification, has got a channel you can click through. He's been doing some interesting videos where he goes in and does research on different topics and stuff.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, if you're into that, check it out. There was a good one. What was it? Heavy metal picture discs was the last one.
Heavy metal picture. Wow, is it?
Yeah, that's as niche as you can get.
Picture discs. What picture discs? I'll have to go check that out now.
Instead of just being black vinyl, they have a picture. You know what a picture disc is?
No, I don't. No. I didn't. I'm sorry.
The vinyl is a picture.
Rather than for me to check that channel out. Then
I've got this somewhere. Hold on. In my piles of tats. This is a picture disc. So the vinyl is a photograph or whatever, and this one is so cool. This is the Pet Shop Boys.
Oh, okay. So it's like a full-on graphic on the actual.
Tended to be quite limited runs, so hence they hold some value, but many don't. So look them up before you go buying, folks.
No, yeah. I mean, I saw something like in my head. I had these things called like video discs that I bought ages ago. They were like movies that were on these
laser discs.
Yeah, no, they weren't laser discs. That's the thing. I know laser discs, but these were like movies recorded on like vinyl or something. But they came in this big cartridge, like this giant cartridge. I can't remember the format, what it's called, but the players are very valuable if you can find them.
I've seen them like doing sort
of a big square, white square. That's it.
Like a giant floppy disk.
Yeah, crazy. Not a lot of value in the titles, but obviously I suppose there are going to be the odd gems out there that are going to be worth a lot. But the players, I seem to remember, were definitely worth picking up. Yeah. Oh gosh. Barry says I don't get rugby either. I think okay. Talking about rugby, not getting rugby. Karen says, used to have picture vinyls as a kid, probably worth a small fortune if I'd kept. Quite possibly, quite possibly.
Yeah, it's interesting because you would assume they'd have more money than a lot of them do. These ones we picked up mainly because we really liked them because they're 80s stuff, but there's not a great deal of money in it. This one I'm thinking of framing so it's more like a gift item for Christmas. So yeah, you'd imagine they'd have more value than they have.
But it's really weird how that works out sometimes. Like you think that, you know, some things you really would bet money that they're worth something, and it can be quite surprising. And you check and you're like, really? You know, I thought
sometimes because these are really nice things, people looked after them and kept them. Whereas the things that end up being valuable are the things nobody gave a toss about and threw in the bin.
Just threw away,
right?
Yeah.
So true. It's the stuff that nobody kept, hence it becomes rare. These are really nice items, so people kept them and looked after them.
Yeah, it's very true. Yeah, so it's like when at the time they're just perceived to be just.
It's like that with action figures. The figure that nobody liked and nobody wanted and nobody bought, so only one limited run. That's the one everyone now wants. You know what I mean? The figure that nobody particularly cared for.
Karin says, I love the tennis. Used to be a pretty good player in my youth. Had a massive crush on Mark Philippoussis. Oh, wow. A sporty background there. Okay. Karen says, all my childhood bits went up in flames when my parents had a fire. Lots of 80s toys, etc. Oh, that's so sad to hear, Karen. What a horrible way to lose all that stuff. No. But as long as, you know, obviously safety first though, so you know that's the main thing, possessions at the end of the day.
John's saying that you're too young to remember records.
And he says, and he actually says, not too much money in the pop ones. Obscure heavy metal are the ones to look for.
Yeah, it's an interesting video you put out, John.
There's so much stuff to learn about, isn't there? It's just crazy.
Yeah, like you'll never learn it all. It's overwhelming.
And just like people's knowledge as well, like just you can just share something in the chat and there'll be someone there that knows more than the average person about it, and I think that's amazing. Stu Mandry, video discs, also known as capacitance electronic discs, CED, were stylus readable. JVC made readers in the early 80s. Yeah, CED video discs, Alia says as well. Yeah, that's the ones.
Video.
Yeah,
it was read by a stylus.
Yeah, it was literally like a vinyl inside the cartridge.
Oh, that's blown my mind.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? I bet the quality wasn't very good. I mean, how much video could you fit on one of those? They were big, but
then real audiophiles think that vinyl gives you the best quality audio. So that's
for audio, yeah. For
so why would it not be any different for?
Just don't know. I just said it.
It doesn't seem to compute that it could pick up video from a needle like that.
I think audiophiles like vinyl more because I think they like the kind of odd crackle or something. I don't know, or the warm sound, as people put it. But surely, if I don't know, like
logic would dictate that digital is going to be better, but they cut
no, because out, there's a version, isn't there? That's what they say probably. Because obviously, when you put anything onto digital, where
condensed,
there's a DAC involved, so you're whatever's capturing the instrument or the vocals you're not capturing it directly onto a format. You're capturing and then converting it, and I don't know. So
you're losing something when you digitize
maybe
it.
Some kind of soul or something. People are very particular about that stuff. You can't mess. Yeah, I think it was analog, but Laserdisc was digital, says Alia. Yeah, Laserdisc was digital.
Richard Payne saying that I sold all my 80s toys at the first car boot I did in the early 90s. Must be some value in some of that stuff now. I guarantee you there will be. But it all went for probably next to nothing. Talking about toys and stuff, I was thinking I was going to do another live stream probably when we go off, maybe after I've had some dinner, and look up some more toys. So if you've got toys you remember from your childhood, pop in and we'll look them up on eBay.
Definitely. Yeah, that is a bit of a sad way to let them go, but it's always easy in hindsight, isn't it, to recognize all the gems
given to family members and not, like, you know.
I mean, I remember having like 18 figures. I mean, a brand new. I remember like getting a brand new. I think I got Face and Mr. T, and like, I remember like the packaging all went. I remember having like my Thundercats Lino, and the packaging would have just gone, wouldn't it? It would have just been shredded.
Instantly,
and yeah.
Instantly. Oh, and that harks back to that's why the packaging's valuable, because we all just shredded it. So
that got rid. That was it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who keeps their figures in packages anyway?
Oh, Monty's scratching the floor. Wait, stop it. Stop it. You want to go out?
Mr. Diggs says, right, got to go. Stay safe, be nice to each other, treat people how you want to be treated yourself. Much respect from Mr. Diggs Deals. Off topic, did you ever install Realm Royale? Asked Ash. No, I didn't install Realm Royale. I've not been doing any of that kind of stuff today, Ash, apart from cleaning my keyboard. So it's ready for some more Fortnite later. Karen says, Nick, what about them pogo ball things that look like UFOs and the Fisher Price kitchen?
I was just reading that. I don't know what the pogo ball. Oh, you mean, yeah, it looked like it. Yeah, you jumped on it. It was like a fitness thing.
Yeah.
And you squeezed the ball between you.
Yeah.
And stood on the platform. I don't know if they'd have any value, but yeah, I don't know.
And Jason says Nick picked up an Evil Knievel bike and winder for £1 at Car Boot.
No way. We were looking those up a few weeks back. There's
for
good money.
Jason's on a bit of a hot streak by the sounds of it. And Corin says, my parents recently found some old footage of me as a baby filmed on an old 60s camcorder. It was weird seeing me moving as a baby and hearing my grandma's voice. Younger people don't appreciate that now. Oh,
well, everything is captured now, isn't it? And we don't think twice about video.
Yeah. Stephen Moore says, strange fact, I am Facebook friends with the guy that did Lino's voice in the 80s cartoons.
Oh, wow.
That is a pretty cool friend to have, Stephen. do you message him and ask him to do the ho?
Ho!
Yeah.
Everyone, he must get asked that so often. That poor bloke.
He's probably at every comic book and toy convention, being asked to shout ho. Oh gosh. What
Harry Francis again says, I sold my toys at the only car boot I did end of 89, I think. I was happy with how much money I got at the time, but when I think how much they would go for now.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, hindsight is a wonderful thing. I had so much cool stuff that just went. Mostly was, like I was saying before, given away to my cousins and stuff, and then just vanished.
Richard Payne says, I kept all my Game Boy boxes and the Game Boy console box. They are all mint with manuals, etc. Even still have the original receipts inside them.
The sad thing is, with computer games, I was that fussy about it, and I kept all of my Game Boy stuff. But then to be able to afford the Super Nintendo, I sold everything off as it was, all in mint condition, then bought my Super Nintendo and kept everything mint, and then sold the lot when I was a poor student.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember getting rid of a lot of my stuff when I was a student, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Suddenly, beer and girls become important, and the computer games are like, whatever.
Oh, gosh. Ash says, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed in you. Oh, whatever, Ash.
What's it? Some game you're supposed to be?
Game I meant to download it. Yeah, I know.
Oh. Not another game.
Yeah, another game. Oh gosh. Okay. Peter Ray says, what time you say you're doing the toy video?
Well, when we're off air from here, I'll probably, I don't know, I might do it straight away and then get some dinner afterwards. So yeah, give me a few minutes after and I'll crack on and do it and then get a late tea, I think.
Oh, Andy's just said the pickaxe with the shark on top is at, oh my God. Okay. Well, I know what I'm doing later.
Oh, is that
it's an axe that I need to get. Yeah, I need.
Are they silly money though? The add-ons in that.
Some of them are, Nick. For those of you that don't know, we're just having a quick chat about Fortnite. They released these new skins for your character, so you can look different. They're going to be releasing footballers for the World Cup as well.
Oh wow.
Yeah. But yeah, they released one like a legendary, this guy is like some plant guy or whatever, I don't know. But yeah, it works out. If you were to buy the character skin, his axe and the glider, you'd be looking at 30 to 40 quid, which is,
I know.
yeah.
I mean, now they've got, I
yeah.
mean, obviously it wasn't easy to get to the level they're at, but now they can, like some programmer can work for a day to design a suit.
And then that's, yeah.
And they will make millions
It's
per day
insane.
on that for weeks on end.
It's insane.
You know what I mean?
But I'm happy to be part of the insanity. I don't know. I just love it.
Absolutely. If you're enjoying it, then
Just,
more power to you. Amazes
Stephen
me.
Moore says, I will chat toys with you, Nick and all. I'm a big collector, says Stephen Moore.
Okay,
wow.
well, pop over to my channel. I'll try and do it fairly soon after we go off air onto his channel.
And Karen says, I had a Disco Wembley and my sister had a Lolo ball. They were both good, but I had a look recently and couldn't find any on eBay. Okay. Bit off toys, but what about vintage brownies uniform? Asked Karen.
I bet there's a market for it. I know there's a market for the vintage badges and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Most definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, because they've changed the brownies and the Scouts uniform several times over the years. The brownies used to have bobble hats.
Okay.
When my two oldest sisters were brownies, they had brown bobble hats, and then my younger sister had a cap. Went all trendy in the 90s.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure there will be. Yeah, it is absolutely there's a lot of collectors for any of that kind of nostalgia.
Ash is plugging some random channel.
Some random channel, yeah. Who knows?
Some gaming rubbish.
Some rubbish, yeah. Would love to pick it up. I had the brown awful dresses.
Yeah, they were like an all-in-one dress with a little belt.
Gosh.
I can picture my sisters now.
Oh.
And I had the Cub cap with the little lines on it, little Cub Scout cap. Ah, happy days.
Oh, I missed out on all that. Yeah. All right. Anyway, guys, thank you for everyone that joined us. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate it. Apologies that it wasn't particularly structured again, but we will aim to get back to some kind of topics. We just need to be a little bit more organized with our time. But I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. I always enjoy having a chat with Nick on the weekly basis. It makes it it's just nice, isn't it? It's nice to touch base and have a little.
I quite enjoy just about nothing.
It's just nice. It's like a little
stuff comes up, and I'm sure there was some information squeezed in there somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere. Just take a look. Okay, guys, appreciate it. Don't need topics, just talk. It's always fun, says Ash. Oh, that's nice of you to say.
Barry says, did you get the brownies outfit as a hand-me-down, Nick? No, I was allowed to go to the Cubs. My parents weren't that cheap. Yeah, so if anyone is around and you've got nothing better to do, in a few minutes over on my channel, we'll have a look at some vintage toys and have a chat over there.
Superb. Okay, guys, thanks for watching, and we will catch you later.
See you guys.